3, 2, 1, clap. That works.
We good?
We're good.
Listen, objections are going to come one of two ways. They're either going to come outbound when we're on our cold calls, right? When we're trying to book appointments for our inbound sales team, which are going to come on a Zoom call, okay? So when we're appointment setting, we understand we're calling people. They have no level of interest in what we do. They don't know what we're about. They really don't know anything about us. We're calling them and the objective of the call is to set up an appointment. We're not even selling them over the phone. The Zoom call is where we actually get to sell the deal. That's where we'll sell a retainer for $2,000 a month, $3,000 a month. That's where we're selling our paid ads, SEO, the CRM itself. But on the cold call, we hear basically the same objections all the time. These people are not that crafty. They're used to telemarketers, but they say the same thing every time because most people that market over the phone suck and they don't know how to respond. So what are the main things we hear on cold calls? One that comes off the top of my head, instead of booking a meeting, they'll say what? Send me an email, right? Send an email. What else do you guys hear over the phone? What are some primary objections that you guys get?
I get that sometimes, especially during this time of year, they don't really feel the need to sign up. Yeah.
Time of year, right? All right. Time of year. Time of year. What else are we getting? So, yeah, do me a favor, send me an email. Oh, you know, this time of year we're really busy. It's tough. What else do these guys typically tell us? What
Low budget.
Budget, right? They'll object to budget before they even know the price point, which is on an inbound sales call.
Straight up just not interested.
Not interested.
They don't even.
Not interested. All right, not interested. Budget, time of year, send me an email.
Happy with in-house marketing
already.
already.
Yep, we're doing things in-house. We're happy with where we're at. We're happy with how we do things in-house. We're not interested. Budget's tough. This time of year is no good. Do me a favor, send me an email. What else?
Is this a sales call?
Yep, is this a sales call? Is it a sales call? What else? Oh, yeah, all my budget's tied up, right? It's already tied up, right? We hear that one all the time. I'm not interested. I do in-house marketing. Is this a sales call? No, this time of year is no good. Send me an email. What else are they tossing at us? Anything?
A lot of the times they're signed up with another company already.
I just signed with another company. Another company, I just signed up.
How did you even get this phone number?
How'd you get my number? Right?
I think that's pretty much most of them, right?
Right.
Yeah, the only one I do.
That's about it.
Yeah, that's about it. Really.
So we got realistically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
They're not looking to grow. That's all. You get that all the time.
Not looking to expand.
They're happy with where they're at.
And quite honestly, when someone tells me that they're not looking to expand, beyond what most other salespeople and sales trainers would do, I actually don't even like working with those people. If that's the truth and if they're at capacity, I don't even want to work with those people. Realistically, when you're cold calling, there is 8 objections that pop up. We realize the difference between a good salesperson and a great salesperson is, are they willing to learn how to respond to 8 fucking objections? That's it. Think about it. When we really break it down for what it is, it's 8 things that people are going to say that are potentially stopping us from booking an appointment and moving the sales process any further. 8 fucking things. 8. That's it. Okay. So all objections ultimately come down to one of 2 things. Okay. It's a lack of worth. Okay. So you're either not worth my time. That's the first one that someone's objecting to. They don't want to waste their time learning about something because they think it's going to be a waste of time. It might not give them the return that they want, whatever the case may be. This isn't worth my time. Or this isn't worth my money. And ultimately, if you have a good offer, we can handle that one. Most objections that come over the phone are there's a lack of time because they don't respect you as an absolute expert. Or whatever you're going to show me, I don't know if I have budget for, it's going to come down to money. But ultimately, this is not an objection that can even pop up until things are moved to inbound because we never cover price on a cold call. Never, never. One more objection we might hear is, what does this cost? Right? What does something like this cost? Which is really another budget objection. So how do we handle these? How do we handle these? Very simple. Yeah, Dean, I'm not interested right now. Just do me, or you know what? Yeah, Dean, do me a favor. Just send me an email. Send me an email with some of the info so I can look it over with my team and I'll get back with you, right? That might be something that they say. How are we gonna handle that objection?
Yeah, no, of course.
Is that the mic? Yeah, just hang on to that. Yeah, so Dean, do me a favor. Send me an email. everything sounds good. I just want to be able to look it over in writing, and then I'll get back with you. I don't want to book a meeting right now. I'd rather you just send me an email.
Yeah, of course, Luke. And I was honestly going to send you an email regardless, because obviously before you come on the call, I want you to have something in writing so you can obviously take a look at before you really commit to anything.
Right.
What I'd love to do though, because I really want to get you in, I really think it'd be a good fit for your property. What we can do is sometime later next week, we can set up a time just as kind of like a placeholder, give you some time to look at the information that I'm going to send you over that email, and then I'll give you a call that week to see if it's still a meeting that you'd want to take after you check out that email over the information of the email. Does that sound fair?
Yeah, it's not bad. So one thing that I like to do, right, is to make the prospect respect what we're saying. If they say, send me an email, we know ultimately what that's coming down to is they don't want to waste their time on a meeting without having enough information prior to the call. But realistically, what's going to happen is it's going to be an easy cop out for them. Now, there's two ways you go about this, okay? The first way is you try to handle the objection and then you try to push through for the meeting, which is one of the best things that you can do. If you get the meeting, great, you got the meeting on the calendar. Now, with that being said, some people you'll ask, hey, can we push through? Can we just set up the meeting? You're going to get an email no matter what, and they'll object. How you follow up is incredibly important. We're going to go over that too. If someone tells me send me an email, there's a couple ways you can handle the objection. Number one, I might say, listen, John, I've been doing this for a really long time, and anytime anyone tells me, oh, just send me over an email, I want to look it over, I know it's because they're not confident that this is really going to be worth your time, but I promise you everything that you're going to see on this meeting is absolutely worth your time. There's a couple things I noticed that are stopping you from achieving XYZ result, and I think that that's worth a meeting. I want to sit down, share my screen. I'm big on face-to-face, not so big on emailing, and I want to show you exactly what everything looks like live on a call. And then after the call, I promise you, if you're really not interested in what I have to show you, I'll never bother you again, but this is worth 20 minutes of your time. Prior to the meeting, I will send you an email, but I want to get that slot on the books because our schedule is filling up quick. Would you be free this Thursday at 3? The way we finish every single objection is with our ask again. We handle the objection, then we ask again, because worst case scenario, they'll say no. Best case scenario, when you drop a time, they're going to look and just be like, maybe I'm free at that time, whatever. The kid sounds hungry, he sounds ambitious, let me book a meeting. So best case scenario, you get the fucking meeting. Worst case scenario, they double down again and they say, send me an email, okay? The way that we phrase any of the objections over the phone, this is the framework right here. Listen, prospect name. Listen, John, I've been doing this for a really long time. And anytime someone tells me, insert objection, that their budget's tight, that they're not interested, that they're happy in-house, that they're, anytime someone tells me, is it a sales call? Anytime someone tells me I'm with another company, anytime someone tells me, insert any objection, and then it can be handled. Listen, John, I've been doing this for a long time, and I know anytime someone tells me blank, it's because blank, and you can insert the objection and handle it from there. So send me an email, that's a great way to handle it. Dean, you did a good job. Now, if someone says, send me an email, you can also just say, listen, I totally understand you want some more info prior to going in the meeting. What we typically do though is we book a time for, let's say, this Thursday at 3 o'clock, and then prior to the meeting, you're gonna get an email with all the information that you would need. It's gonna have the Zoom link in there so that when you hop on, I'll be there, face, camera on screen, you'll see me on the meeting. You're also going to get a ton of info about our company. You'll see businesses that we work with that are just like yours, and you'll have all that info prior. However, I only have a couple slots left open this week, and if I send you an email, they're probably going to get filled up, and you're going to have to wait weeks for us to actually have that call. So can we schedule it, and I'll get you the email fired off straight away, right? That's another way to handle it. Now, if they double down and they say, send me an email once again, you don't want to piss the prospect off. One thing that a lot of salespeople fuck up is they want to be aggressive, which is great. You're hungry, you're ambitious, you want to get a deal, good. But they go too far. And they'll push the envelope and push the envelope and push the envelope. And if you push the envelope too far, now you rub the prospect the wrong way. Don't ever call me again, I'm not interested. You need to be in agreement with the prospect. That's the goal. So the angle you could take is, you know what, John, totally understand. You want the email prior to the call. I'm going to put it together. I'm going to send it over to you. No worries. I'm going to get it over to you right now. What's the best email I could send it to? Yeah, it's going to be john@blah-blah-blah.com. Okay, you're going to take the email. You're going to send it over with the info. 99% of the time, you will never hear back. So what you're going to say when you're on the phone is, John, you're going to make me a promise that if I send you this email over, you're going to take a chance to look over the email? They're going to say yes. You're doing something for them for free. You're giving them free value through an email. Now they're going to feel obligated, and they're going to have a level of obligation to agree to at least reading it, because you're going to take the time to put the email together. So now you're going to get them commit to, yeah, I'll read it over, I'll look it over. You're going to wait 2 days, 2 days. And then you're going to call the prospect again. And you're going to say, hey, John, this is Dan. We had a conversation the other day. I just wanted to give you a call. I wanted to know if you got a chance to look over the email I sent you. Now, when you say that, in majority of cases, they're going to say, oh, you know what, Dan, I'm really sorry. I got tied up. I got busy, and I didn't have a chance to look over your email. Now, the last conversation you were on, he's going to remember I made a promise that I would read his email. When you called him back, he's saying, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't get a chance to look at it. Listen, John, I figured you're a busy guy. You're running a lot of things. I figured you wouldn't have had a chance to look over the email. That's why the Zoom call is incredibly important to us, because I'm really big on face-to-face. I want to show you what this is worth live on a Zoom meeting so that I could share my screen, introduce myself, and introduce this offer so that it doesn't get lost in the clutter of an email. So can we just set that up for this Thursday at 3 so we have it on the calendar, and we both know as busy business owners and as busy people that we both have each other's time set for this Thursday at 3, quick 20-minute meeting. Now, because there was something previously where they made a promise and they didn't keep it, people hate to feel inconsistent. You'll get a bunch of people that'll say, you know what, put me down for a meeting. And you'll get the meeting with that person, okay? So that's how we like to handle a send me an email objection. Now, if they say, yeah, I looked the email over and I'm not interested, now you just insert what we just went over. Yeah, listen, John, I've been doing this for a long time, and anytime someone tells me they're not interested, I typically know, and you can handle the objection through from there, okay? So that's send me an email. That's an easy one, and we know how to book meetings if someone says that, so that one's ticked off, okay? Time of year. Time of year is a bullshit objection. If someone knew something was going to make them money the same month, unless they really have something going on that time of year that's absolutely incredibly important in their business and they can't reintroduce new marketing, then this is a fake objection. If you knew as a business owner you could start something in relation to your marketing, and in the first month it was going to start making you more money and save you more money in ad spend than what you were currently spending, you would want to fix that this time of year, right? Listen, John, I know anytime someone tells me that they don't want to set up a meeting, because it's a time of year thing, I get it, but I at least want to get the information in front of you so that when it is the right time of year, you at least know the offer that we have. Let's say you're looking to change something with your marketing in March. It's January right now. I'd love to get the info in front of you so that you have some time to think everything over, understand what our solution actually looks like, so that in March you can make the most informed decision rather than cramming that all in March. So can we just set up a meeting for this Thursday at 3 o'clock? Simple. That is an easy one to handle. Time of year is not a real objection. It's coming because, again, what are they really objecting to? Time or money. It always comes down to these two things. It's never really anything else. They don't want to waste their time. They don't want to spend their money. Everyone wants to spend their money if they're getting a return on investment. Dean, if I gave you $100 and you gave me back 300 a week later, when you ask me for 1,000, you're getting it, right? Exactly. So if they're objecting to either time or money, it's because they haven't even had a chance to see what we do yet. Once they see what we do, they're going to be sold. Oh, my budget's tied up. What are they objecting to? They don't want to invest money. So what are we going to say? Yeah, listen, right now I know you're saying that your budget's tied up. Like, how do you think things are going right now with your marketing? Are you seeing a return on investment for what you're spending? Yeah, I'm seeing a return. Yeah, let's pretend, Dean, you're the business owner, and I call you and you tell me, oh, Luke, my budget's tied up right now. I just don't have the budget for that at the moment. Yeah, totally understand. Well, I guess I looked at a couple of the things that you're doing. I see you're running Google ads, you're running ads on Meta. I see you're on a couple of these third-party platforms. Are you seeing a return on investment right now where you're seeing enough bookings come through to where you have an ROI on the current marketing that you're doing? You're either going to tell me one or two things. It's either going to be yes or no. Yeah, I'm seeing a return. We're happy with what we're doing. Totally understand. Now, if you're spending, let's say $1,000 or $5,000 a month on your marketing, and you're seeing an ROI and you guys are expanding through the business, don't you think it would make sense to take a quick meeting to see how you could make the ROI even stronger? And if every dollar you're spending, you're getting a couple dollars back, to invest more money into your marketing to be seen more efficiently would definitely be sensible. Now, outside of that, I'm not even trying to sell you anything over the phone today. I just want to set up a quick meeting, show you exactly what it is that we do, And then at that point, you decide if this is even worth your time, but we work on a performance basis. So I get that your budget's tied up, but I've heard that many times before. Once you see what we do and you see how reasonable the cost is for what we drive in, I promise you 99% of venues that we sit down with have budget for our system, right? So you need to handle the objection. Now, if when you ask them, are you seeing an ROI, they say no, you just expose the pain point. Now, most of them are gonna say yes, because they just wanna act like, oh yeah, things are going great to get you off the phone. But if you know how to handle the objection, you can work through it. Now, when the budget tied up comment comes again, and they say, yeah, you know, things are okay right now, but we already have all of our money tied up in blah, blah, blah resource, it's probably because they're not seeing a good result from that resource, right? So if they knew they could spend their money more efficiently and get more dollars out for their marketing, they'd be interested. So understand the psychology of why they're even saying it. When they say that their budget's tied up, listen, I've heard that many times before, and typically when people tell me that, there's a lot of inefficiencies and informalities in what are set up currently. And I noticed a couple things on your website, on Facebook, and on Instagram that I really want to show you, because I know certain things can be fixed that would really increase the return for what you're seeing right now. And I'd love to at least show you what we do for XYZ person on a quick Zoom call to show you what that might be worth. If you guys, we're working with clients, and we have clients in New Jersey, and Delaware, and Pennsylvania, and Florida, and New York, and all these different states. When we mention someone that we work with, that person knows, it increases the likelihood of us booking a meeting tenfold, because we need to pique curiosity. The objective of a cold call is to make them curious enough to book a meeting. When we call and we say, yeah, we have a solution that we work with over 150 customers on, it's not very specific. But when we call and we say, yeah, by the way, we're actually working with so-and-so, they're only a couple miles away, do you know them? When they say yes, you've piqued curiosity. If we do work with a competitor of theirs, the likelihood of booking the meeting goes up dramatically. So when they say, oh, my budget's tied up, I'm not interested, you could say, funny enough, the such and such mansion just told me the same exact thing. About a month ago, they tried our system and now they're seeing significant amount of bookings come through. We work on performance. So whether your budget's tied up or not doesn't matter at this point for us, because we only get paid if you guys are actually seeing results, being that we work month to month. Now the meeting is completely free. So to at least see what we do, it's not gonna cost you a dime. It's a low pressure call. We just wanna get on Zoom. We're big on face-to-face, show you exactly what it is that we do. And I promise you, if it's not worth your time, we'll never bother you again. How does that sound? Hard to say no to, because it's a good offer, right? So that's how we're gonna handle that objection. Boom, that's done. Not interested, okay? I'm not interested. Okay, got it, totally understand. Well, listen, I've been doing this for a long time, and anytime someone tells me they're not interested, it's because they don't know the exact results that we actually drive in. And if you knew you could add an additional XYZ amount of bookings every single month, and you knew it was at a reasonable cost and we only worked on performance, would that be something that you were interested in to see how many more bookings you guys could be generating right now, right? If they say I'm not interested, you could say, listen, that's okay. This is not a first date. I'm not interested either. I hope you didn't get the wrong impression. Make the prospect laugh. Do something to break the ice. Listen, I hate getting these calls just as much as you do, but at the end of the day, I have to make them because I know what we have to offer is a fantastic solution for businesses like yours. We're even doing work with such and such, who's only a couple miles up the road, and they were hesitant to look at our system, as well. But I promise you, once you see it, once you understand that we work on performance and you see the value that we have to offer, you're gonna be more interested than you are right now. So give me a shot, 20 minutes this Thursday at 3 o'clock on a quick meeting, and I'll show you what this is truly worth. How does that sound? We gotta win their fucking time. We have to give them a reason to remember us. Comedy is a great way to do it. So when they say that they're not interested, like I said, hey, listen, man, this isn't a first date. I don't want you to get the wrong idea. I'm not interested either. Make them laugh. And then you could be like, no, listen, in all seriousness, I know anytime someone tells me that they're not interested, it's because they don't really know what we do yet. And I totally understand that. That's why ask for the meeting, ask for the time. That's an easy one to handle. There's so many ways to handle it. Oh, we have in-house marketing set up. We're happy right now. Is this a sales call? I'm working with another company, which is basically the same objection as I'm working in-house, I'm happy. If someone says I'm working with in-house marketing, yeah, listen, I didn't want to step on their toes with anything that they're doing right now. However, in the workup that I put together, I audited what they've been doing on the website. I audited the ads that they're running right now. And I noticed a couple things that are stopping you guys from achieving XYZ result. The Zoom call is completely free. So worst case scenario, you join the call, it's free. You see a couple things that you guys notice that make sense and you could implement them with in-house marketing for free. Best case scenario, you really see the value that we have to provide and how reasonable of a cost it is, and you end up becoming a client of our business. The call's free this Thursday at 3 o'clock. I have a 20-minute slot open. Would you be open to taking a look at our system on a quick 20-minute Zoom call? And we handle the objection through from there, right? That's an easy one. Is this a sales call? Dean, you want to work through this one with me?
Oof.
It's a tough one.
It is a tough one, but I mean, you just gotta approach it with confidence. You gotta should admit, like, yeah, this is a sales call.
All right, ready? So, Dean, is this a sales call?
Yeah, Luke, I'm sorry if I caught you off guard. I was actually just reaching out about the venue. It was 30 seconds, just a business inquiry if you had time for me.
Yeah. What's up? Well, what are you selling?
Yeah, so actually, so I've been doing some work in the area. I'm not sure if you're familiar with so-and-so venue or so-and-so venue, Luke, are you?
I'm familiar with one of them, yeah.
Okay, yeah, so pretty much we've been working with Kayla over there for a little bit over 6 months, and really the reason for the call, Luke, is I've been doing work with her and about 180 other wedding venues, really all throughout the United States.
Yeah.
And then obviously from there, you
It's
finish
good.
it up.
It's good. Now, one way that I like to go about handling this objection too is, again, right now, there's something called being below the belt. It's gonna sound funny, but it's the truth. When you're below the belt with a prospect, it's easy to get in and get the meeting. When you're above the belt and things are tense, things are stale. If someone asks me on a cold call, that's a dickhead, is this a sales call? I'm gonna be like, yeah, dude, I'm selling stocks, solar, scamming, like make them laugh. You know what I mean? Because if you make them laugh, they're gonna be like, like they've never heard someone handle the objection that way, right? Or you can handle it by just saying and being very honest. But if you're like, absolutely, I'm here to sell you solar, stocks, everything. This is the biggest sales call I've had in my life. Just throw them off, because what that is, guys, is called a pattern interrupt. Most of the time when someone is like, is this a sales call? They'll just be like, yeah, so to make this quick, click, and they're bored. Dude, I'm selling everything. What do you want? Like, make them laugh. Then they're gonna be like, what are you talking about? Now you're below the belt, right? So you can handle the objection, start it that way, and then be like, listen, in all seriousness, the reason for the call is because I'm actually working with such and such. We gotta pique curiosity right away. As soon as they say, is this a sales call? Imagine, let's say this line right here is an average of how much time a prospect will give you on the phone before they hang up on you. Let's say that average is 30 seconds. The average nice prospect will give you 30 seconds before they hang up the phone. When someone says, is this a sales call? You got about 5. You got about 5. So you have to figure out what you can do to move this person up here, right? So is this a sales call? Yeah, dude, I'm selling stocks, I'm selling solar, whatever you need. What do you want to buy? They're not going to hang up on you at that point. Now they're confused. They think it's funny. They might think now it's actually not a sales call. So now they'll be like, what's the reason for the call? And I'll be like, yeah, listen, the reason for the call is because I'm actually working with such and such. Do you know them? Now I just piqued curiosity within that 5-second gap. If they do know the person that I just mentioned, I just won back 30 seconds of time. If they don't, they're gonna say, no, I don't know them. Well, listen, the reason for the call is because, and then I'll just go right into my pitch. If I get hung up on, I get hung up on. Some people are stubborn, it is what it is, but you need to win their time. Oh, I'm working with another company right now. We just recently signed up with them. I'm working with another company, and I think we're good with where we're at. Yeah, listen, I totally understand, you know, brides, I'm sure, or you could use any analogy for any business you're in. Yeah, listen, I'm sure there's a lot of businesses that do roofing, and I'm sure some of the people that you guys have come in as leads end up booking other companies. But my goal is just to show you what we do is a little bit different, because I noticed what they've set up for you right now. I already looked at your Facebook, I looked at your website, I noticed the funnel that they've set up right now, and mentioned something specific. I noticed they didn't add a pricing guide to the website that would help you guys generate significantly more leads. If you saw what we were doing for name drop a local client, blah, blah, blah person, I'm sure you'd be really interested to see the difference in how we've set it up, because we've helped them achieve XYZ result. And we do all this on a performance basis. By the way, the meeting's free. We're using words that they like. No one wants to pay fees out of pocket. When we say, yeah, by the way, we're working on performance, we work month to month, the call is free, you're using these words that are going to light up in the prospect's head that they like. People like things that are free. They like free value. They like all these things. So when you're leaning into those things, they're going to be more likely to actually book the fucking meeting. How'd you get my number? That's an objection with trust, right? How'd you get my number? You can literally just say, when I Googled the business's name, this is one of the first numbers that popped up when I was looking for you. I didn't mean to catch you off guard. Is there a better number I could call you at? Then what they're gonna say as soon as you say that is, what's it about? Because now you're actually in the call. What's it about? Now you can handle the objection like usual, right? How'd you get my number? Listen, if I got your number, I could get you new business. I know you're a hard man to find. I know you're a hard person to reach, but your number was on the internet. It was one of the first numbers that popped up. I wanted to give you a call because I have something to pitch you on in relation to your business, and I really think it'd be worth hearing for 30 seconds. Would you give me 30 seconds to tell you what it's about? It's less about what you say, more about how you say it. The level of tonality and energy that you bring into a cold call. I don't care what sales trainer tells you on the internet. Oh, you need to sound confused. You need to sound this. There's a happy medium. You don't want to sound stupid with how overly excited you are, but you want to sound like an absolute expert. How would an expert call? That's what you have to think about. If you're confident in what you're doing, you should sound like an expert. You should. If someone's a pilot and they've done 10,000 flights, if you ask them when you're walking on the plane, are you nervous? And you ask the fucking pilot, are you nervous? He's gonna be like, sit the fuck down, this is my 10,000 flight, just sit down. You're like, all right, this guy knows what he's doing. If you get on the flight and you ask the pilot, are you nervous? And the pilot's like, yeah, it's gonna be a little rainy, but we should be okay. You're gonna have a fucking pit in your stomach. You're like, should. No, people want to know that you're absolutely confident. So they'll test your level of confidence. They'll throw an objection at you to see how you handle it. Oh, I don't have time on Thursday. Okay, got it. Well, listen, I have a busy schedule as well. I'll try to fit you in. What's a better day for you? You let me know. I'm going to make sure that this works because I want to show you what this is worth. What's a better day for you? See how I'm not letting the prospect bully me and put me into a corner with the way that I'm handling the objection? That's what we need to do. If you sound energetic and if you sound excited and if you sound motivated and hungry to actually book the meeting, they're going to be more likely to book the meeting. They're going based off of your energy, your tonality, your vibration, your frequency, whatever you want to call it. That's what they're basing it off of, okay? We basically just covered all of them. It's 8 fucking objections. It's learning how to answer 8 questions efficiently and then bringing tonality into it. If I say, yeah, John, listen, I think this is really worth 20 minutes of your time this Thursday and I'd love to really just show it to you, I'm easy to hang up on. Listen, John, I know you're busy. I understand. I appreciate you even taking the call today. I just want 20 minutes of your time because I know what I have to show you is definitely valuable. And if you give me 20 minutes, I promise I'm going to earn your time. Would you give me a 20-minute meeting this Thursday? Is that reasonable? See how I'm using excited tonality, but then is it reasonable? Would you give me 20 minutes on a meeting? You need to use your tonality and you need to project your voice when you're on the phone so that they know that you're actually an expert, so you sound confident. Those are basically all the objections that we're going to hear on a cold call. That's it. You learn how to respond to 8 questions and you'll book more meetings. Very simple.